start making the dough for this milk bread using sourdough starter. So in here I have 300 grams of bread flour, and to that you add milk, 120 grams of milk, preferably at room temperature or slightly warmer. And then you add to that, this is the Tang Zhong that we made. So you want to add that to it. Then add the stiff dough that we made this morning. Now you can see that it was much smaller. Now there is about 2.5 times the size. So we want to add this whole thing in there. This is where the yeast is as well. So with the 20 grams of starter was in here this morning. So I'm going to put everything in here. Then we want to add 50 grams of sugar. Two tablespoons of milk powder. One egg. So now you just want to mix the dough together. When the dough start clearing the side of the bowl, you can start now add in the salt, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 4 tablespoons of room temperature butter, a little at a time. You don't put it all in. So the salt you can put it all in, and then you can add in the butter, a little at a time. Room temperature, so it's very soft. You can turn the speed up to 4. When you see the butter is fully incorporated, then you can add more butter. Now you can add in the rest of the butter. So at this point, as you can see, the dough is very sticky and it sticks to the side of the bowl. So keep kneading on setting number 4 until the dough comes together and no longer sticks to the side and is very stretchy. That means the window pane test is passed. So when you stretch the dough, it won't break, but it will stretch and light can shine through the dough. That's when you know it's ready. And of course, it should be smooth and shiny. So, as you can see, the dough has, let me stop this. As you can see, the dough has cleared the side of the bowl, but not totally, completely clean. See, there are some stickiness to it, and that's okay. You just, this dough is because it's a little wetter than normal sandwich dough. It won't clear completely, but mostly it's cleared the side of the dough. So you just use a spatula to scrape all this extra dough on the side down and make it stick together. So this dough, you see how smooth and shiny it is, that's what we wanted. Let's test to see if the window pane test is passed. So grease your finger and then you just pull. You see how thin this is? Light shining through. This is exactly where we want it, and this is enough kneading. So we can take this out of the dough, scrape all the side, like I said, together, and then you want to make it into a round dough ball and then put it in a greased container and let it rise for 6 to 8 hours, because this is yeast. This yeast is homegrown yeast, so it's very slow in rising compared to commercial yeast, and there's only 20 grams of it in here, remember? So there's not that many, not that much yeast, so we have to wait for it to grow, wait for the dough to rise a little longer. So generally it's 4 to 6 hours if it's really warm, like today is warm, or you just have to watch the dough for about 8 hours, or overnight if it's a little cooler. So you just, yeah, so we'll come back when the dough rise to double, and then we can shape, and then we can let it rise again after that. So this bread has cooled and now it's ready to dig in. The outside is a little, feels a little crunchy because it's just baked, but if you give it another day, it will soften up. So let's see. Oh, look at the string. The stringy is what you want. Very soft.